The title of this little lesson is not adding decimals. In fact, it is subtracting decimals. Now, the reason I left the word adding up there and crossed it out and put in the word subtracting is that in fact subtracting decimals works exactly like adding them. When we added the decimal numbers, the trick was to keep the decimal points in a vertical column. And I even said, well, that's just like the buttons on a man's shirt. It is exactly the same thing in subtracting decimals. So, for example, let's say we have 3.85 and we want to subtract 2.09. Okay, write them so that the decimal points are lined up. Write the first number, and we'll put the second number directly here so that indeed their decimal points line up, and then we can subtract. Now subtract 9 from 5, we have to regroup or borrow. 9 from 15 is 6, 0 from 7 is 7, bring down the decimal point, 2 from 3 is 1. So our final answer is 1 76 hundredths. Okay, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Let's take a problem that might be a little more challenging. Let's say we have something like 12.3 and we're going to subtract 8.95 from that. Again, our strategy is to line these decimal points up so that our place values, the digits in the different place values, are in columns. And then when we've done that, we notice that there's not a digit up here. What we can do in this case is to put in a 0. And now we can subtract. Regroup or borrow. 5 from 10 is 5. 9 from 12 is 3. Bring down the decimal point. And 8 from 11 is 3. And our final answer then is 3 and 35 hundredths. Suppose we have a problem like this where it's 6 minus 4.85. Well, again, the whole number actually has a decimal point. 6 is the same thing as 6.0 or 6.00 or 6.00000. But line up the decimal points. Make certain that there are zeros to fill in the blank spaces. And what we get is a problem like this. And we need to go over here and borrow these. 5 from 10 is 5. 8 from 9 is 1. Bring down the decimal point. And 4 from 5 is 1. And our final answer is 1.15. That's all I know about subtracting decimals. You just use the same strategy as adding. Line up the decimal points. Make certain the decimal points are lined up. And fill in the blank spots with zeros and then just subtract as you normally would in arithmetic.